Alright, Raider Nation. So, the long-awaited video is here. I know a lot of you have been waiting for me to talk about the Raiders. Now that training camp has started up in Napa, I can finally break a little bit of my silence from talking NFL here. It's good to, I'll be back for, now that's August. And big thing I wanted to address is the state of the Raiders right now, based on what we've seen this offseason and what to expect. Go by the position. First, on the defensive side of the ball, the defensive line, I expect Shaughnessy, Tommy Kelly, Richard Seymour, and Lamar Houston to be on the line. Houston and Shaughnessy on the ends. I expect Kelly and Seymour on the tackle position. John Henderson is the big acquisition. Supposedly we signed. I believe Jacksonville released him, so we picked him up. John Henderson, even though he's 31, I think he still has gas left in the tank. I can see him coming in on situational downs. Probably Jay Richardson might be in there here and there. But onto the linebacker position, I expect Rolando McClain, our draft pick, to be the Mike. Out of great players from Alabama who played for the Raiders, there was a guy named Kenny Stabler. And I think hopefully Rolando McClain will have that greatness that Stabler once had. Even though it's another position at the Mike linebacker. From the Sam side, we're going to have probably Cameron Wimbley. We traded a third-round pick. Theoretically speaking, we traded Derek Burgess for Cameron Wimbley. In the end, that's how it worked out. We traded that third-round pick for him to the Browns. Guy who had a lot of sacks in his rookie year, and he's fallen off a little bit, but he's up for a new beginning. He's our strong side linebacker. On the will side, or the weak side, I expect Trevor Scott to be there. Thomas Howard might come in on passing downs, but Trevor Scott, I think, has worked his way up to outside linebacker. In the secondary, that's going to be probably one of the bigger strengths of the team. Nnamdi Asomugha will be the starter, of course, at corner. The opposite side of him is Chris Johnson. And also in the safeties, we're going to probably have a rotational with Michael Huff and Tyvon Branch playing free and strong. I think Huff is playing free. He could switch to corner potentially. And then Michael Mitchell might work his way in as well. There's debate of should Michael Huff be moved to corner, and they put in Mitchell and Branch in at safeties. Also, hopefully Stanford route goes. I wish we could just get rid of Stanford route. Walter McFadden, the fifth-round pick, might work his way up into the secondary as a nickelback. You never know. But the defensive side, I'm expecting instant impact from Lamar Houston and Rolando McClain. Those two should really make a big difference, I think. Especially stopping the run. We have all these pass rushers, not too many run stoppers. Now we finally got some guys to fix the front seven. On the offensive side of the ball, I'm going to expect Mario Henderson, Robert Gallery needs to be healthy, Samson Satelli will be playing on the line. But the good thing is Cornell Green is gone. I'm just happy that dead weight is gone. Cooper Carlisle, expecting maybe Eric Pierce, Khalif Barnes. Not sure who's going to start on the left side. That's going to be a big concern. Mario Henderson has proven to be inconsistent at times, but the line hasn't been healthy all year. That's been a big factor. That'll be the biggest issue, I think, with the Raiders this coming fall is the offensive line. If Gallery can stay healthy and really anchor that line, be really good. For those of you who've laughed at Gallery, he's the reason why our running game has actually been solid at times. For the wide receiver position, I'm going to expect just improvement. Don't have to expect these Pro Bowl numbers, but Chaz Shellens needs to stay healthy. If he does, he'll have a productive season. Darius Hayward-Bay, I know people love to laugh at him, call him a bust, and whatever labels you have for him. Well, you know what? It's a new season, and I think he's worked hard, throwing a lot of that history out the window, and I know he's working to really earn that paycheck. Unlike guys who are just lazy, this guy has worked hard in this offseason. I'm not expecting 1,000 yards or a bunch of touchdowns from him, but I do expect production from him and improvement. Lewis Murphy should be fine. He actually had a promising year despite not catching the amount of balls thrown to him, like percentage-wise, but he still racked up a decent amount of yards behind the quarterback, who was Jamarcus Russell last year. This time, of course, we're going to have Jason Campbell at the quarterback position. Don't expect any of these Peyton Manning numbers from him. And people calling him the savior of the franchise. What he just is an upgrade from what Jamarcus Russell is, and I expect him to at least be reliable, and when it comes to getting the job done, Jamarcus Russell, I believe, was 32nd in the league. Well, Campbell, I believe, was 15th best quarterback in the league, and that's right in the middle, right above the middle percentile. So, just which is perfectly fine. We don't have to have a quarterback to be throwing like Peyton Manning, but just need someone to get the job done, and that's what the Raiders are really expecting of Campbell. Nice thing is his work ethic is good, and he only has 2 years, so he knows he's got to prove to the world that he can play because he only has 2 years of life left as of right now. The running game will be perfectly fine. I expect Michael Bush to be the starter and every down back. Darren McFadden, we got to learn to use him maybe like Darren Sproles, kind of a speedster, but I don't think he could be an every down back. He kind of just proved that, but I expect Michael Bush to be the starter. At fullback, I think Luke Lawton is suspended to start, but they could use, or I guess Marcel Reese, one of the two, but Manes Tonga, I hope he makes the roster. Out of all things, it'd be awesome if Shane Moline did, but that's just me being a college homer for UCLA, which I know that might not happen. The tight end position, this is where things are really fine. Zach Miller, of course, being the really rock-solid tight end we've had all these years. I know he doesn't have the touchdown statistics, but he has the yardage, and he's been reliable when thrown to, no doubt. So arguably one of the better tight ends in the league that doesn't have the stats to show for it. And, he did really good with a bad quarterback behind the Raiders. Also, to add depth is Brandon Myers and Tony Stewart. Both one's a veteran, the other guy's a second-year player. When it comes to the draft picks also make an impact, Jared Veldheer and Bruce Campbell, going to be two projects. They'll be a year or two away from really be competitive in the NFL. They'll have significant playing time, but definitely won't be starting on the 5 linemen. For special teams, Janikowski has always been fine. No problems there. Shane Leckler, arguably, yes, your Pro Bowl punter. And, of course, the head coach, Tom Cable. People might laugh at what he's had off the field, but you know what? The chemistry has been good with Oakland, and that's been a big thing in Oakland, and I think a lot of the fans, including myself, and stand behind this guy because there's been a lot better motivation going into training camp in this season. The Raiders clearly are looking a lot better. We're not expecting any of these divisional wins, as in winning the AFC West, but we do expect competitiveness and improvement. We just got to work on that. If they show commitment to excellence, we might really well see a lot of at least some decent winning. Not expecting a 10-6 or a 12-4 season, but I do expect competitiveness. We just got to work on consistency and the offensive line. That's going to be the biggest key with the Raiders as of right now. So, quick shout out to Vegas Raider 7 in the description. Also, Sportsnut123. A couple of guys who make the Raider vids. Keep yourselves entertained for the month of August. I don't plan to be talking Raiders like after a preseason game, so y'all might be yelling at me for that. But bragging about a preseason game is just really dumb, or talking about one. I just have to hope there's no injuries. That's like the biggest victory in itself right there. So wait till like week 1, and when all the roster cuts are made, that's where I will really talk a little more on the Raiders. But I just want to give y'all a heads up right now. I'm happy to not seeing any drama or anything going on terribly this offseason. And can the Raiders really shut up their critics? It would be something, after 7 years of really having struggling and all this time. So let's go Raiders, and let me know what y'all think, Raider Nation, and even you haters out there who say we're doomed, we're the Raiders. Let me know what y'all think in the comment below, what you'd be doing, or who do you think should start, if there's any holes we have, or should we pick up someone? Let me know. Also, I'll see you guys when the roster cuts are made to 53. Other than that, let's go Raiders, and we'll see y'all later at the end of August.